Welcome back to Perp Deck Daily. My name is Aaron, and today we're going to be covering, as always, the Perp Deck scene in crypto. Hyperliquid has a lot more news today than Lighter. Let's first take a look at the prices of both assets. Hyperliquid sitting around $67. It's been shopping in this range for about a month and a half now, as you can see here, and its price is going up today. Kind of, I think, just based on the structural technical analysis, the way this is coiling up. I think traders are liking to buy this up right now, but also some really good news that came in today for Hyperliquid, of course. Lighter dumping. Lighter's been running really hard. Lighter is also, we'll see how this plays out long term, but it seems to be the much more volatile and kind of crazy asset compared to Hyperliquid in terms of the way it trades. Hyperliquid trades very smoothly. It does have large pumps, of course, and it does have large dumps. That's, a part of crypto, but I feel like it's a lot more predictable than Lighter so far. And also, it's a much larger asset. It's an $18 billion asset versus a $500 million, $600 million asset. But Lighter is down on the day, and I think it's a really good opportunity. So, yeah, we'll see. And Bitcoin is sitting around $65,000. It's been pumping a little bit recently. I think kind of off the news, the inflation report that came in better than expected. I think it's kind of rallying off of that. But I still believe we're in a bear market, and I still believe it's definitely in the cards. Bitcoin could go down to $45,000 and we see a new round of liquidations across altcoins. Wouldn't rule that out. But anyways, let's go to our first macro story of the day. And this, of course, ties into the crypto markets. And this story here, specifically Hyperliquid and Lighter. Claude AI developer Anthropic to meet with IPO investors in the coming weeks. This is absolutely huge because if Anthropic decides to go through and do an IPO, there will definitely be a pre-IPO stock that will be available on Hyperliquid, similar to what we saw with SpaceX. And I think that will be a huge catalyst for Hyperliquid and the entire Perp Deck scene, which will benefit Lighter as well. So really good stuff. Will they actually end up doing it? I think they will IPO at some point. I do feel like this is probably the best time, to do it for them, considering who knows what happens with the AI, how big the AI market cap goes down, how much the AI market cap goes down the next couple of years. We'll see. Nobody really knows. But anyways, today there's over $4 million worth of hype TWAP buys. This is the most we've probably seen in like a week or so. And HIP3 volume and open interest on Hyperliquid continues to go up, which is super, super, super good. All the stats on Hyperliquid are continuing to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. Really loving the progress. And we have a couple major stories today. The biggest one from today is that a Chinese company, so CXMT, a chip maker, put their pre-IPO stock on Hyperliquid. This is incredibly bullish to see for hype because this is attracting, I would say, Aster was pitched or is kind of seen as the Chinese DEX, which I don't really think there's much anything going on over there, if I'm being completely honest. And Hyperliquid is continuing to expand and get bigger globally. The founder, Jeff Yan, is, of course, of Asian heritage. Not sure which country. I think he lives in Singapore right now. But anyways, you can see here that they have their pre-IPO stock, and this is extremely bullish because it's a very serious Chinese company putting their pre-IPO stock live on Hyperliquid. So really good stuff, and kind of just shows you how much bigger this thing can get. It can get a lot bigger from here. So yeah. And from here, you can see Trade.xyz, who work very closely with Hyperliquid. They put this out. The pre-IPO perpetual IPOP market for CXMT is now live. CXMT is a pre-IPO market reflecting the market implied value of one ordinary share, a share of Changjin Technology Group Co. in USD2 terms. CXMT manufactures semiconductor DRAM memory chips. After the IPO, the Oracle will convert the underlying stocks renminbi price to USD at the prevailing FX rate. Okay, so really, really good and really bullish stuff. And some other bullish news that happened yesterday, but when I made the video yesterday, this news hadn't come out. The SEC's Crypto Task Force met with the Hyperliquid policy team, and really good stuff. This is exactly what you want to see, and this is why I'm so bullish on Hyperliquid and Lighter, because both of these teams are innovating on the technology front, and they're also pushing on the regulatory front. This is something we haven't really seen from two teams in a long time. It feels like no teams are innovating, and yeah, maybe some teams are definitely pushing on the regulatory front because they don't want to go to jail, but both this team and the Lighter team are doing both. They're innovating technology in the space, actually making the space relevant again in terms of like, hey, why people should invest in blockchain technology or even give a shit. And they're also pushing on the regulatory front. Shout out to Hyperliquid policy team. Absolutely great stuff. And, you know, we'll see what happens with the regulators, who get the licenses first, this and that. We don't know. There's probably a lot of backdoor deals going on, a lot of stuff. Nobody knows, okay? But really good to see overall for the space. And this is a positive EV thing to happen for the entire space. I feel like anything that happens with Hyperliquid or Lighter is positive EV for the entire space, because these are the two teams I look at in crypto and I say, these are our best two teams. It is what it is. Anyways, Lighter has a new RWA perp that just got listed, SKHY. CXMT, this is the thing that got listed on Hyperliquid today, got listed on Lighter 2 hours ago. Really cool stuff. And yeah, that's basically about it for today. Good news for Hyperliquid today. A little bit of a slower day for Lighter, but that's how it is. I mean, not every single day you're going to have banger announcements. And overall, I'm super happy where both of them are at. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Follow me on X, and also join the Discord, link in the description. See you tomorrow.